Hi, I'm Shalomi from ShalomiCakes, and to give your cakeboard a wood effect, keep watching. Okay, so we're going to start off by kneading our fondant. Just let me show you the board that we're working on. It's a 12 by 16 inch board, just because it was one of the projects I was working on this week. So we're going to start by sprinkling a little bit of icing sugar onto the workspace and start kneading our fondant. The fondant I'm using is satina. I get it from cakecraftshop.co.uk and I love this stuff. It's so nice, it's smooth, it's just amazing, and it's all I use. To take your fondant, press it into your board and sprinkle some more icing sugar onto the fondant and begin rolling this out with your rolling pin. My board's a little bit unstable, so a trick I learned from a fab student of mine was to spray some kitchen towel with water. Just place that under the board and voila, look, see, no movement. Okay, so as you can see, I'm lifting my fondant off the board, then rolling. Okay, I'm lifting and then rolling. Now, why am I rolling? Well, the reason that I do this is because the air that collects under the fondant with every lift just really helps that fondant spread over the board. It just spreads over a little bit more easier for me. So lift and roll, it really does help to spread that fondant without much hassle at all, yeah? Lifting and rolling. Look how the fondant just spreads so easily over the board. Look there, see? Just providing that extra level of ease, that's all. Alright, so once we've rolled that out to about a 5mm thickness, take a clean sharp knife and trim away all the excess from the edges. You can allow the board to dry out at that stage, but you know, if you push for time, take some more ice and sugar, sprinkle that onto the board, and this is just going to help to ensure the embossing tool doesn't stick to our fondant, pulling it away from the board as we go along. Okay, so here's the tool. I do apologise, I know I haven't given you much time to have a look at the tool, but please, if you rewind and pause, you'll see it much more clearly. So I'm starting off on the edge here. I'm pressing the tool down firmly, making sure that pattern really does transfer onto that fondant. You'll be able to see if you've rolled too thin, as the embossed tool will either cut through the fondant or make the fondant quite transparent, okay? So we're going to be staggering the pattern on the board. Alright, we don't want to go straight across in a uniformed fashion because it's not really what you see with laminate flooring. So just treat this like you're laying bricks. Alternate in the level of the tool in each of those columns. Okay, fabulous. There we go, finishing up. Now once we've done that, turn the tool around and just use that smooth flat edge to just go around your board, just giving it a neatened finish, that's all. Alright, and there, look, see, that's what you have. Now, one of the things that I like to do is create that definition between each panel. So I'm going to use the same tool, I'm going to use the sides, and I'm going to press those lines down. Alright, we're just going to go along the board and just press those lines down, highlighting them further. Now look, you absolutely don't have to do this. You don't have to do it at all. I just like the effect it gives, okay? And that's the reason that I do. Alright, so I'm just going to carry on going all the way down. All right, stage one is complete. Okay, there we go. Now we're going to add some color. All right, I use two color pastes here. They are Sugar Flare Chestnut and Sugar Flare Melon. I tried my best to show you. Look, see how I'm just struggling right here now. Look, see. The lighting wasn't great. We're working with what we have, making stuff happen regardless. I'm letting nothing hold me back. Okay, so I just had to fix the light there. Right, so we're gonna take that Sugar Flare Chestnut. We're gonna add a little bit of water, and we're just gonna use that color to highlight those knots in the wood grain. All right, we're gonna do that all the knots on the board. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do it to all the knots on the board. You can bring colour to some if you want to and not others, but I like to add this to all of them. I really do. So I like to add it to all of them, streaking up and down, just pressing it in, making sure I get in between the grooves of that wood grained pattern. Okay, and do that to all the knots. And once you're happy with that, let me just show you a close-up. Just pull you a little bit closer. There you go. Okay, there we go. All right, brilliant. So once you're happy with that, rinse the paintbrush slightly and then randomly place blobs of the melon colour all over the board. There's no need to be neat, absolutely no need to be neat. Take a bit of water All right, and begin blending those two colors together. We're going to add a little water each time just to help the color spread, because the paintbrush, it does get dry quite quickly, but we don't want to saturate the board with water, so just a little bit at a time. Okay, we're going up and down and we're following the direction of the grain on the board. Just enjoy this moment to color in, you know. All right, so I don't know if you can notice how the blending of the chestnut and the melon creates that lovely golden color in the wood. All right, so just want to do that all over, covering the white fondant underneath. Now some of those knots start to lose their dark chestnut color, so I'm going to go over those knots again, just making those stand out once more, then blending them all the way across like we did before. Okay, once you've done that, as you can see, there are some white lines, so that just needed some colour. So I'm just taking a tiny bit of chestnut and I'm roughly going in between those lines. There's no need for water or additional colour. Just use a paintbrush, use what you have on the paintbrush, and just carry on blending all the way over across your board. And there you have it. There we go. So that's our finished wood effect board. I really do hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you haven't tried this out already, then please do give it a go. I'll leave you with some of the cakes I've done where I've used this method to decorate your boards. Please like and share this video. You can follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Periscope and Instagram at ShalomiCakes. Don't forget to check out my website for classes and more at www.shalomicakes.co.uk. I hope you enjoyed the video and thank you for watching.